Right.
What do we do? Welcome back to another episode of We're Reviewing a Pay-Per-View. Welcome back to another pay-per-view review. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, was SummerSlam 2022. It is in the books. It is done. It is finito. It's history. It's history. It's not
History in
history.
the making.
It's just history at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, a lot of stuff happened tonight on SummerSlam that we are going to get to. I say we,
Yeah.
it's myself, CJ, and my co-host of the Retro Raw Down, Nat.
And G in the house. What's
Well,
up, y'all? What's up?
yeah, and we're going to be joined by a special guest, our friend, my friend. You've never met him, but my friend
Looking
Jay,
forward to it.
who
Yeah.
has been on this channel multiple times.
All right.
Whenever he's ready, he's going to swing right on through. Wonder where he is. Let me send him a link just to make sure. Okay. Oh, wait. There he is. There he is. As soon as I
All
say
right.
he shows up like a bat out of hell.
Great.
Device not connected. So while he's connecting his device,
Mhm.
uh, like I said, this is the SummerSlam 2022 post show review. I do these every single solitary month that they occur. I do it with
Mhm.
special guests, and this month rather, it is with Nat and Jay.
What's up? Yeah.
Last time it was with Ron, Brandon, and Frank.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's a who's who of people right there. Uh,
Yeah. Stacked.
hey, before we get started, while we're waiting on Jay here, before we get started, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and
Right.
hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. I upload new content weekly, daily, it seems almost. I do watch alongs, I do the reviews, I do all kinds of stuff. I do the interviews, I do all the good stuff. I think that's your phone that's going off like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it might be because the Retro Bros group keeps chatting like crazy.
well, hey, here he is. Jay is in the house.
Jimmy,
What's up, brother?
Hey.
going on,
All
guys?
right.
How you doing, man?
Wow, what a show, guys!
Hey, it really was. We were just about to get started. So, without further
There you
ado,
go.
hey, grab yourself a can of Pepsi. Grab yourself a bottle of water. Grab yourself a beer. Whatever you drink, grab yourself a drink and sit back and enjoy this review of SummerSlam 2022, which took place in Nashville, Tennessee. And I got to say at the start, before we get into the matches and stuff, barring all the matches, I actually liked the outside setting. I thought that was great. It was nice. It was a good aesthetic. It was different. What do you guys think of the outdoor venue? Hello?
Well, I'm here. I guess I'll go first.
Go ahead,
Um,
Jay. Nat froze up on us.
I
Yeah.
actually love the outdoor stuff for SummerSlam. I hope they do more of those in the future.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's outdoors, it's summer.
I think
Mm-hmm.
so. It adds to the show too. It helps
There we are. Hey, Jay,
Yeah.
make it
what's
a big
up?
deal. So
Hey, Nat, what did you think of the outside setting of the outdoor arena?
I liked it because I liked it. It gave the WrestleMania feeling, right?
Yeah,
And I mean, I always thought of the Big Four, right? You know, the Big Four is SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and then Mania. So the last few WrestleManias, if I recall correctly, have been outdoors. So you got that football stadium and outside feeling. Also, um, I'm going to throw in my new generation plug, if I may. It also
let's see
reminded
that.
me.
Plug to
It
the end.
also you'll see my point when I say it. It gave me a retrospect because, of course, 30 years ago, SummerSlam, it was also in a outdoor stadium, Wembley. So that gave me sort of the retro feeling there. So that felt amazing.
Gotcha. Shout out to Brandon Yelverton. He's in the chat. He says, "Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about the show." Brandon, appreciate you tuning in, brother. Yeah. So I like that outdoor arena. It was really cool. Different. It was just a different setting and a different vibe, and it made things feel bigger. I made a comment to my dad about that. Watched the show with my dad tonight, which is cool.
Nice.
It was funny because we were watching in my room. My mom was watching TV in the family room, so me and my dad watched the show in my room. And it's funny because my dad never comes in here to watch TV with me. So when he came in here, my dog was coming in like, "What are you doing in here, Dad? Like, is Christian in trouble?" Like, it was hilarious. But first match of the night, it was Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. And Nat and I, we kind of tuned in late. So just the first few minutes of this match, just the first few for me. I missed only the first couple minutes. I saw the
what I did was I had recorded it previously, and I just started it from the beginning, but it was like later than when it started. So I did see the entire match all the way through, thank goodness. But I just started it after 8:00 Eastern time, or Bianca time, if you will, EST.
I thought the matchup was great. We'll get into all the aftermatch we'll get into the post match stuff in a second. But the match itself, from what I saw, was really, really solid. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch always put on those classic matches, and they're always good. I'm a huge fan of Bianca and Becky, so you can't go wrong with these two facing off.
Yeah, they're both at their peaks now. It's no question. Even though Becky has been around for a little longer than Bianca in terms of main roster status, they both put on their A game, and it was a solid match to kick off the event.
Jay, what'd you think, bro?
Oh, very good match to kick off the show, much like they had, back at WrestleMania this year. Like some of the groundwork they did early, and then it kind of built from there. And a pretty good finish. Bianca hitting the KOD there after the first one on the floor a couple minutes before that.
When she did the KOD onto the barricade on Becky Lynch, I thought she hit the move originally at first, and then it showed that Becky reversed out of it. But it looked like she kind of did.
There was a bit of a botch there too, I think.
Zach says, "Hi, bye, time to sleep." Man, Zach, ain't no sleep on Saturday, bro, or pretty live Saturday. Ain't no sleep. Sleep is for the weak, my brother. Sleep is for the weak. No, I'm kidding. But thank you for tuning in, Zach. After the match, Becky and Bianca, they shook hands, and then Bayley came out.
Yes.
Bayley came out, and then Dakota Kai came out, and then Io Sky, the former
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai came out. Yeah, now she's Io Sky. She came out, and they marched toward the ring to beat up on poor Bianca. But hey, Bianca's got backup. The EST now has a new BEST friend in.
This surprised me very much because I was honestly waiting for a backstab, because just like what I think it was either a few weeks ago or almost 2 months ago now, something like that, what Seth did to Cody Rhodes, right? He shakes his hand after making a speech or something, walks right up the ramp, and then kaboom, backstab, right? So I thought for sure wife would follow in husband's footsteps and do a little backstab there to Bianca. So this surprised me very much as they were coming out of the end of that match and the whole segment with Bayley. I thought, oh, okay, interesting, So I'm very surprised at that. Yeah.
I like the babyface turn of Becky Lynch. I feel she did all that she could as a heel, and it was time for a new. It was time for a new coat of paint on her, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Who knows how long it will last, though?
Her
Who
baby
knows how long it'll last? Yeah,
because you know. Zach says also before I leave, Bianca or Becky was always planned to turn and lose to Bianca here, and same with Ronda turning heel. We'll talk about Ronda in a second.
Yeah.
Ron Parsons says, I never saw anything like that in my 40 years of watching wrestling. God bless Lynch. He's our gift. Dare I say, best last man standing match in years. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
That was a great match. We'll talk about that in a few. But back to the whole Becky face turn thing. It'll last for a while because remember when she was a baby face before, hey, she was wildly popular. She was, and then originally when she turned heel, people never wanted to boo
reactions.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got good
reactions when she came back.
Yeah,
she was
last year. Yeah, and did the 25-second thing against Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd went nuts. I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think as far as how long will her babyface run, I think it'll last as long as she wants it to, and I think it'll last for a while.
She needs.
Go ahead.
I was saying she needs it, like you said. I think she's done all she could to be a heel here at this point. So I think it's time for a babyface turn again for her.
Yeah, but in terms of another title shot, that may be a long shot too.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Bayley and maybe even Io getting a shot.
Oh yeah,
a shot before Becky gets another one at some point.
I want to see Dakota get a shot at the Raw Women's title.
Actually, I mean, she'll get one too.
Now, remind me of something. Io Shirai was the one who won the Mae Young tournament, right?
She won the. She won the second one.
Which one?
She won the second one. It was
yeah. Uh-huh.
Kairi Sane won the first one.
Right. And then Dakota Kai was from NXT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Kel Gonzalez.
Rodriguez's partner.
Zach says she being Becky, I'm presuming, is supposed to face Ronda at Mania after winning Rumble after winning the Rumble. That's what's for Becky the last I heard. Oh, so we're getting a Ronda match finally, 1-on-1. Okay.
Sounds good. The disarmer against the ankle lock. I like that. That should be a submission match. If that match goes through, that should be a submission match.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of well, actually we already talked about that. What I was going to ask what you guys thought of Becky's face. What do you guys think of I guess we talked about all of it. Never mind.
Yeah, we pretty much covered ground so far.
Logan Paul defeated The Miz, and I'm going to say right here, right now, Jay, you can quote me because I know you and I were in that chat, and you saw me shitting all over Logan Paul. I was wrong about him. He delivered. He's fantastic.
Yeah. I told you. See, there you go.
The highlight point for me was when Logan forearm. Not too long after Styles showed up. So that was a nice homage to Styles because, I mean, as far as we all know anyway, it was The Miz who originally trained and sort of helped out Logan with all his getting to know the ropes, if you will. But it was pretty cool to see the phenomenal forearm delivered by Logan. And, of course, the finisher was amazing too for Logan to finish with the skull crushing finale, and at one point too delivering the figure four. Very well done. Yeah.
I got to correct Jay on something real quick. Brandon brought this to our attention in the chat, so shout out to Brandon Yelverton. You said Io won the second Mae Young Classic. She did not win. She lost in the finals to Toni Storm. Toni Storm.
That's right. Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Toni Storm won the Mae Young Classic.
And now Toni Storm's all elite now.
That's right. That was at the the all women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But back to the Logan Paul thing. Look, Logan Paul should not be a babyface in any sense of the word. He's not a baby.
Yeah, he's too much of a jerk.
He's too much of a dick. He's got too much of a punchable face. You look at him, you're like, just give me one shot, and I'll knock all his teeth down his throat. That's
That's right.
I don't know. He may knock you out first, though.
Sorry?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was just saying Logan Paul may knock yours out first, though.
Well, that's true. He's got a legit fight experience. Well, I would say legit because he's only fought KSI.
I wouldn't mess with him.
But
I wouldn't mess with him.
I probably wouldn't either, to be honest. But he just shouldn't be. He's just got that unlikable aura about him. You don't want to like the guy. I mean,
he's like a fly that you just want to swat. You know.
Get the
I mean,
there you go. Right. That's putting it in perspective, right?
Like my 2-year-old nephew.
He's just a rash.
I think for this feud for the Miz, it works though, and then we can see where he's going to go after that.
Yeah. Next match was hold up a second. I got the match pulled up right here. Next match was Bobby Lashley defeating Theory by submission. That was a really cool way to get into that submission, into that hurt lock. The way you put it here, that was good. Yeah,
it was a counter, right? It was a counter off the top rope. I think Theory was trying to do some kind of move off the top rope, and then Lashley grabbed him into the hurt lock. Yeah.
Actually, I think it was a press slam, and then he caught him into the hurt lock for the win.
Oh yeah, right.
Zach says Logan is the male version of Charlotte. He can only be not be a believable babyface. I just Charlotte, when she was a babyface, she was pretty believable to me. I liked her as a babyface. Maybe it's just me.
She's better at the heel too, though. I think.
Yeah, she is. She's a much better than a babyface, but she's not a bad babyface.
Yeah.
No, she's fine as a babyface, but she's better as a heel.
Yeah. No, this match, it wasn't special. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't like, oh my god, you got to see this match. It was just kind of there to be put on the card, get the title on the line there.
Yeah.
It was solid.
It was the filler match.
Yeah.
Like if every pay-per-view is supposed to have a filler match, this was it.
Much like
I think it was the shortest match of the night too.
I don't
know what the times were, but I think that was the shortest one of the night.
Well, actually, technically, the Liv Morgan Ronda Rousey match was shorter by about 10 seconds.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. Yeah, by 10 seconds.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to correct myself. Actually, the more filler match was the Miz and Logan. In a way, there was hype around it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. That match seemed to be more the filler. This was a decent match, Lashley and Theory.
Yeah,
it was fun.
The first match I got right in my predictions. I had been 0-2 by the night, and this was the first match I got right in my predictions.
Next match was the Mysterios defeating the Judgment Day. I believe it was in Damian Priest. I believe that's what happened.
I got this match wrong, actually. I thought the Judgment Day was going to win this one.
Yeah.
So did I. I want to bring up a couple of points with this match. I like the build-up, especially. We'll touch base on this on the next episode of Retro Rawdown, but I liked actually. It was kind of fun what happened in the back leading up to tonight. That it was like a whole thing for Ray, his 20-year thing, and then I liked how Finn brought up.
Yeah.
That and he smelled whatever, and then for the match tonight, I couldn't help but notice the ring gear for Dominic and Ray. Though red and yellow, I went. I'm a sort of a part-time Hulkamaniac, so my retro instincts came in again. Yeah, I love that. That was amazing. And we talked before. We talked before about. We mentioned that that Logan Paul doesn't match the the face idea. That's how I feel about Finn. I don't like him as a heel, but he's still one of my favorites. But
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about him as a heel, but
Hey,
he's still one of my favorites. I have
yeah.
a loyalty towards Finn.
And Zach, brother, you know better than to ask stupid questions, man. Zach asks, Christian, is this video sponsored by Pepsi or do they get a free press? Or do they get free press? Well, you should know by now.
This is sponsored by SummerSlam.
Sponsor your boy. Sponsor your favorite YouTube channel. You know damn well the Retro Bro podcast is Pepsi's favorite YouTube channel.
Oh, yes.
Pepsi. Sponsor us.
Yes.
Next match. Jay, I didn't get your opinion on the match. I'm sorry.
Got another return tonight too.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Edge's return. That was cool.
Oh yeah, I totally missed that. Yeah.
Edge's return was a very solid return. I liked that. I liked how at the end he didn't just hug Ray and Dominic right away. He kind of just stared at them, and they stared at him like, "What are you doing?" And then after a while, they stood as allies. So I like that.
And a shout out to Lauren in the Retro Bros chat group on Facebook. Don't worry about the fact that you spoiled that moment for me because I wasn't at it yet. But don't you worry, I caught up. It's okay. You're cool. You're cool, dear.
So there's no beef in the Retro Bros chat. It's all good. There's no issues.
No way.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is whenever I do these chats, I always try to make sure that I keep the drama to like a minimum. Even when Jay and I have our argument, I wouldn't call them arguments. We have heated debates about certain topics. We always try to keep it respectful, and we never try to call each other an idiot or a dumbass or whatever. We don't do the name calling thing. We always try to keep, and I always try to be respectful to Jay because he allows me into his chat, and that's cool of him. Don't forget about Ray's botch. What was his botch? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I can't recall that.
Zach, let us know in the comments. Brandon said that. Brandon, let us know in the comments what happened. I don't remember Ray's botch.
Yeah, I don't either. It happened not long ago, and I don't remember.
None of us remember, so it must not have been a memorable botch. The next match was Pat McAfee defeating Baron Corbin by pinfall. And before I get into this, Zach says Edge has to sign a new contract in the next few months as it's up at the end of the year. Okay.
Does he?
I guess so, according to Zach. Zach is the 4W online version in this chat. He's that guy. But for those of you who don't know what F4W online, he's a Dave Meltzer follower.
Sorry to hear that.
Zach, I'm kidding, buddy. I know you're not. I'm kidding. He's not. I was just bullshit. But,
see, with this now being McAfee's second match, he's really coming into his own as a legitimate competitor. Like again, even though it was only his second match, you know what? If they give him a few more, I mean, what the hell? Let him go back and forth between commentating and fighting. What the hell? He's becoming a real legitimate competitor, and much more than oh geez, who else can I think of? I can't really think of them now, but give him more matches. That's what I say.
Brandon says it was the finish to the match. After the 619, he nearly missed the springboard splash. I think Dominic caught the top rope and caused Ray to lose his footing. I think what happened here.
That's right.
I think what happened there was it looked like to me that he was just doing like a slingshot move. That's what I thought that was. I didn't see it as a botch. But as Zach says, I'm plugged in and I don't follow Meltzer. I have been right. Okay. Well, so I guess he didn't follow Meltzer. He's actually not a brain dead moron. He just comes off as one sometimes. Love you, buddy. You're cool, Zach. Shout out to Zach. He's been on this channel multiple times. He's a good dude. The next match was Pat McAfee, Baron Corbin. I noticed a botch when Pat McAfee went to go do that big like superplex off the top rope.
Oh yeah, there was a slip. Yeah, that's right.
Had to find
It was a
his
slip.
footing. I kind of, me and Dad saw that. We started cracking up laughing. It was a funny botch to us.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
fun.
it was still impressive because, again, with his lack of ring experience, to be able to do that, it was still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually had to catch himself a couple of times if you noticed. The senton off the ropes too. He had to catch himself for a second.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My dad said he almost landed on his neck when that happened.
Yeah,
that could have
somebody
been
caught
nasty. Yeah. Zach says, and this is Pat's second main roster match. He's forgetting the two with Cole and Undisputed Era and NXT. Those are right. You're not upset with celebrity matches, Christian? Look.
Yeah, 2 matches on NXT, by the way.
Yeah. Brandon. Boy, it's kind of weird to say that because my dad's name is Brandon. But, bro, look, if done right, celebrity matches can actually be pretty good. If done right, if they're used right, if it makes sense for the celebrity. That being said, the celebrity here, being Logan Paul, he should have been a heel. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I think he should have been a heel because he's got a punchable face, and he's got that face that you want to punch, but if you want to watch him get punched, you should have to buy it. I don't know. No, I don't have a problem specifically with somebody match as long as it's done correctly. Next match was the Usos against the Street Profits. Usos defeating the Street Profits to retain the tag titles. I'm going to be honest, this one wasn't as good as their Money in the Bank match to me.
Still good, though.
Zach says,
Yeah.
Zach says, hard to be a heel against the Miz. Okay, so don't book him against the Miz.
Yeah, I mean, this match, the tag team title match was pretty solid to me. I mean, at least it had a decent finish because let's face facts. The Money in the Bank match, the Profits had a legitimate beef. We also had only one of Montez's shoulders were on the mat, and what was it? A couple of weeks later on Raw, same thing. The Usos had the same thing. So, and what's his name? Jeff Jarrett did a great job refereeing. Although I do have to admit, it looked like there were a couple of points where he did seem to count a bit faster than other times. So like, I started thinking, oh, is he on one side or not? You know. I can't remember as to who, but it looked like one time when the Usos had a pinning attempt, then it was a bit of a faster count.
Brandon, to answer your question, I don't think that tag match was ever supposed to be 2 out of 3. Excuse me. I don't think that tag match for the titles was ever supposed to be a 2 out of 3 falls. I think it was always supposed to be just 1-on-1. Or like not 1-on-1, but just like a 1 fall finish. I don't think it was supposed to be 2 out of 3 or whatever.
No, it wasn't.
There was no stipulation aside from Jeff Jarrett being the referee.
That was the only thing they added.
I like their Money in the Bank match a little bit better than this one, but this one was still solid. Next match was Liv Morgan. Sorry, Jay, did you give your opinion on that match?
Oh, actually, I'll just second what you said, man. I like their Money in the Bank match a little bit more too, but I thought this match was pretty good tonight as well.
Okay.
Maybe a step below, like you said.
Yeah.
For the record, both teams had legitimate chances of winning, so it was a back and forth seesaw matchup, but pretty solid.
Yeah.
Next couple
match,
of near falls too.
Right. I like the ending where they eliminate Montez Ford into the crowd, and then they go after Angelo Dawkins. That was a cool setup.
Good little finish there.
Get rid of one guy and then go after the other guy. Next match was Liv Morgan successfully defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey by pinfall. This match did not end without controversy, as right as the referee counted 2, Liv Morgan started tapping out. And referee never saw the tap, so he just counted 3, and he anointed Liv Morgan the winner. And bada bing, bada boom, Ronda Rousey gets pissed off. Ismail, what's good with you, bro? Good. Thank you for joining us. Ronda Rousey gets mad, attacks Liv, and turns heel. This was a solid match with Liv working underneath as the babyface and Ronda as the dominating veteran. And they turned her heel, which is a great thing. I think she's better off as a heel than a babyface. I don't think that being a smiley, happy character for a girl that's supposed to be the baddest woman on the planet.
Right. That's a good point.
It's not the best look. Zach says, Ronda definitely has great respect for Liv. She made her look good, and I'm glad she helped push her look good, and glad she helped push for her win. Ismail says, Ronda is still trash. Oh, boy.
Why are we gonna hate on Ronda? I don't get it.
What?
I was saying, why are we hating on Ronda? I don't get it.
Yeah, I love her. I love her experience and her ring savvy.
Don't hate the moderator. I'm just reading the comments. It's them making them. Ismail, go ahead. Why all the hate for Ronda? Is it because she got knocked out in the UFC? Sorry, you need to bring that up. That's probably a sore subject. But no, this matchup, for what it was a solid bout. It was a quick little match. I like that Ronda, like I said, I'm glad she's a heel, and I'm glad Liv is still SmackDown Women's Champion. And Ismail says she can't talk and wrestle. She's not really a wrestler, Ismail. She's not really a wrestler. She's a fighter. I'll defend that.
Big difference.
She's not a promo artist. She's not a wrestler. She's a fighter. She goes in there and she submits you. She makes you submit. She beats you up and she submits. She's not going to go in there and do 450 Hurricane Ranas and the 630 Sentons and all that crap. She's going to go in there. She's going to trap your arm in an arm bar. She's going to make you tap out. That's what Ronda does, and she does it very well. As far as her promos are concerned, yes, they're very, very wooden. She still needs to work on those. But
does need to work on that, I agree.
Yeah.
But I also
that's why she deserves all the respect in the world from us fans, because she's a no nonsense type of fighter, not wrestler. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I very much respect her experience and her ring savvy. That's why I was going for her all the way. And I've always said this: Liv Morgan is nothing for me. I mean, she's a little pest as far as I'm concerned. And Ronda, again, is a no-nonsense kind of fighter. So she deserved all the more ways to become champion again. And, yeah, for one, I think it was a complete rip-off that the ref didn't see the tap-out before the supposed 3 count. It's a bunch of BS. So Ronda deserves another chance.
Reading the comments, Ismail says, she puts me to sleep when she talks. Brandon says, I love Ronda all outside of her disparaging the business. I love Ronda all outside of her disparaging the business. Remember her saying everything was fake and talking shit? Not good heat to get at all. Zach says Ronda needs a mouthpiece, but there's literally not a female version of Paul Heyman around. And Brandon also says Ronda also doesn't have a good connection with the fans, so she should stay a heel this time around. Ismail says, okay, if she had a mouthpiece and don't talk and make bitches tap out, that's my hope. Right, she doesn't need to talk. Give her a manager. There's not a female Paul Heyman, absolutely not. There will be another Paul Heyman, male or female, in my opinion. But maybe stick her with a different manager. Look, call somebody up from NXT and let them be your manager. That's what they're doing with Max Dupree. He was a wrestler in NXT, and all of a sudden he's a manager. Just do the same thing with her. I mean, you might as well. Look, Ronda's not a good talker. She's not there to talk. Now, she's not there to be sports entertainment cue. She's there to fuck somebody up and tap them out. And that's what she does.
That's right. That's why she's one of the best these days. She's one of the best these days, and she deserves as many title shots coming.
Take the microphone out of her mouth and just let her tap people out, and she's good to go. Next match on the card was the main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, what a main event this was! Oh man,
something else.
This main event was fun. When I say Paul Heyman, I mean someone believable to be the mouthpiece for a badass heel. Asuka better than Ronda. Oh well, boy, Ismail. Asuka's better than Ronda. Wow.
You know what? I'll second that. I love Asuka. Love my Empress. It's too bad she wasn't in the show tonight.
Let's talk about this main event, ladies and gentlemen. This main event was amazing. I loved this main event. It was so fun, at times hilarious, at times physical, at times brutal, but damn, all around, it was a really entertaining main event. The crowd was hot for it the entire time, and I loved the main event. I did. It was great. Brock coming out with a tractor and then just jumping off of that tractor. Look, shout out to Stone Cold, because that's who he did it. That's that inspiration. He did it from. He got that from Stone Cold. And Brock, if Brock comes at you flying off of a tractor, your ass is in trouble. Your ass is in trouble. And this match was brutal. It was physical. It was bloody. Bloody because his back was busted open.
Both guys had cuts. Yeah.
Asuka's better in the ring because she's been doing it longer than Ronda and has more experience. That's from Zach. Brandon says,
I second that.
It was probably one of the best last man standing matches they've ever done. Facts. And possibly Brock and Roman's best match. Exactly what I wanted out of these two. Exactly. There was no grappling and takedowns and all that crap. It was just two guys, two big bulls going in there and throwing punches and throwing each other around the arena. It was physical. It was violent. It was everything that a last man standing needed to be. It was wild. It was so wild that, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Lesnar took that tractor and tipped the ring over.
I've never seen that.
That made me think of all the times that the ring was imploded. That there was like superplexes off the top rope with all those big guys and the ring like shattering underneath them. So that made me flash back to those times. But for it to be lifted, I mean, and seeing, I mean, even though I was going for Roman all the way, I mean, seeing him fall almost out of the ring like that was almost funny, but at the same time scary. But the commentators said, it was like a demolition derby, and they were right on. Like, oh my God!
I'm glad they did it safely. I'm glad they executed that whole thing safely, and nobody got seriously hurt. Roman is a champ for falling out of the ring when it was getting tipped. I would have been like, no, heck no, I'm not doing that. But Roman was a champ this entire time. He took that ass whooping like a champ. I mean, Roman really earned my respect tonight. He earned his stripes tonight, in my opinion. Yes. I mean, damn, he took a licking.
So you will acknowledge him from now on.
He was the ass whooping. Brock promised and he delivered. And Usos came out and they beat up on Brock, and then they took the table, they dumped it on him. And talk about the Paul Heyman bump. He took an F5 through the announce table. That was cool to see Paul take a bump. And then Brock beat down by the Usos, by Roman. They tipped the table on him. They put the steel steps on him. They put everything they could on top of him. And Roman puts his foot on top of the chest, or puts his foot on top for the ending. And Roman retains. And also, I almost forgot to mention, Austin Theory came out teasing a cash in. He never officially cashed in.
That's right.
Officially cashed in. I tried to make I did make that point clear to my dad. I'm like, he came out but he never cashed it in. He's like, yeah, he did. He came out with a briefcase. He cashed it. I'm like, no, because they never rang the bell. They never said he was entering the match, so he never officially did it. So he still has the cash in.
He's still Mr. Money in the Bank. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also take away $10K from what they announced as attendance, and that's about where the actual attendance was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the attendance.
Now, if that's the case with the briefcase, then if you ask me, there just might be a chance that Theory might wait it out until the Clash at the Castle, and he may just try again to cash in. Yeah, he has. He has till next year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, I say why do it still? Wait till wait till WrestleMania, or if you really want to get crazy, wait till the night of Money in the Bank next year, and have him cash in on that match.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because now that he couldn't beat Lashley for the U.S. title, he's still gonna hold on to his. I call it his lunchbox. I call it his lunchbox. He's gonna hold on to that lunchbox forever and hold it like a security blanket.
What do you think Theory's eating in that lunchbox? What do you think he's packing in there? Sandwich.
A ham and cheese sandwich. Who the hell knows?
I was gonna say Lunchables.
Got that little, a kid. I'd say
he's those little hamburger Lunchables, with the Coke or with the pop in it and stuff.
Yeah. Or a little juice box.
Hoping Theory doesn't cash in until next year. Way too soon. We agree, Brandon. We agree.
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you guys think of the main event?
Oh man, words can't describe. It was like watching a mini movie almost.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going for Roman all the way. I will always ignite Tribal Chief, and you all should, because he's the best, at least in these days. But yeah, again, both superstars put up their top game, and I mean the match itself to me was very suited for a main event, and kudos to our Tribal Chief for retaining. And obviously it didn't surprise me at all that Theory showed up anyway, but I still didn't like the fact that they had said so many times that Theory might try to cash in. I mean, the whole point of a Money in the Bank cash in is a surprise, and I pointed this out during Retro Rawdown, and I can't get over that. Like, let the Money in the Bank cash in be a surprise. Don't make it so obvious. And besides that, if you ask me, now that I think of it, that sort of took away the momentum of it being a great match. I mean, if you ask me, Theory even trying to attempt to cash in actually sort of ruined that match just for a moment. But they were able to brush that off. But besides, it was a solid match to end the night, no doubt.
Jay, your thoughts?
I mean, I don't even really know what to really how to describe it, other than it was just a spectacle, but in a good way. Just from the tractor being used, and that Michael Cole screamed at the top of his lungs, "In the damn match, count faster." That was great too, by the way.
Yeah, that was great.
Paul Heyman trying to hand Brock the titles, that was funny.
Right.
Yeah, Theory trying to cash in, the Usos interfering. Man, it was just great all around, I thought.
There was great storytelling in the match. Great storytelling, I thought. Let's read the comments, and then we'll finish out the show. So Brendan says, hoping Theory doesn't cash in until next year. Way too soon. I agree. He also says, can't go from having such a dominant champion like Reigns to having a chicken shit heel Theory. That would be anticlimactic. Roman should be legit beaten by Drew or Cody. I agree with that. With that.
That's true. That's true.
And Zach says, I think it may be Theory trying to cash in, but failing to ever officially cash in.
There's a little point we missed, guys. Something happened before the Brock and Roman match. How about Riddle showing up and calling out Rollins?
Oh yeah, that's right. That would be good.
Yeah, and getting his ass kicked by Seth Rollins. That was just a time filler thing to me because
I guess so.
They were supposed to have a match. They never did because Riddle's injured. So he came out. He's like, "You think I'm injured? You think I give a hell no?" Seth, come on out here, fight me. And he told first when he said "shut the hell up," I thought he was talking to the crowd. I'm like, "Whoa, a Riddle heel turn?" And then I saw the security around him. I'm like, "Oh, okay, he's talking to them." That makes more sense.
Now let me ask this then before I forget. If they were gonna give like an alternative opponent for Seth, who might you have chosen?
Oh,
it's going around about a couple people. I know.
I would have taken that Drew McIntyre segment out. I would have had him face Drew.
Yes. Either Drew or even AJ Styles.
Yeah, that could have been good.
Yeah,
I guess AJ. Zach asks, "What was everyone's favorite match or moment from the show?" My favorite match. But let's do both. So my favorite match was probably the Last Man Standing match. That was my favorite match. My favorite moment would be Brock tipping over the ring. I thought that was cool.
Oh gosh. My favorite. Well, I have to be honest. It's the moment that stuck out to me the most. I know it's going to sound corny, but it's true. It's when the Mysterios came out in the red and yellow in the Hulk Hogan colors. I could not get over that, and that was a lot of fun to see. But again, that's my new generation bones inside me. So that I have to admit was a lot of fun to see. In terms of my favorite match, oh gosh, I guess it would have to be the Last Man Standing because it's the match that mattered the most to me, and I guess the one I was looking forward to the most. So and like we said, it was a great match overall. So yeah, definitely the Last Man Standing.
Jay?
As far as moment goes, I might go with the women returning. Setting the tone for the night.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, that was a moment for me too. I like
Bailey.
that.
Yeah, I love Bailey coming back. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Setting the tone for the night, and then probably match. I'd say the main event too.
Yeah. So we all are in agreement about the Last Man Standing being the match of the night.
Yeah.
I think.
Easily.
And yeah,
but
I will.
If you ask me, now that I think of it, if the Rollins and Riddle match were to go on, it actually would have made a match of the night caliber if both guys were healthy at the beginning and Riddle was able to fight. That actually would have been a pretty solid match, I think. It's a big would have been, but that would actually be. I could see it as a match of the year candidate if it were to go on.
Yeah. Well, maybe maybe this week or at the next pay-per-view we'll get that match. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to go ahead and do it for this SummerSlam 2022 review. I want to thank my guests, Nat and Jay, for joining us. Nat and I will be back at some point this week to do a retro Raw down where we will discuss last week's Raw and SmackDown. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Tomorrow night. I'm good for tomorrow night around 9 or 9:30 Bianca time.
I don't know because I have my nephews tomorrow, so I don't know how busy it's going to be. So
okay. Well, I mean, it would make sense. It would make sense though to do it sometime before this coming Monday's Raw, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know.
Okay. Hey, I'll be good for like 9:30 or so, or 10 even. Yeah.
Frank and I will be back this upcoming week at some point this week, and we're going to review the Royal Rumble 1999. The Rumble, as it were. That's Frank's pay-per-view he wants to review, so we're going to review it. And also on that show, we are going to take a look at Crip's new rap song, not new rap song, but Crip's rap song that came out in 2019 called "The Devil Went Down to Hip Hop." It's featuring No Life Shaq and Ben Jay, so you're going to want to watch that one. And until next time, I'm Frank. He's Jay. He's Jay, and she is Nat. And we are signing out. Thank you for tuning in. SummerSlam 2022, all-around great show. We will see you guys next week or next